be telling you the story of the raven. Once there was a queen who had a daughter, and one day the daughter was acting up and not listening to anything her mother was saying. The queen became very angry and wished upon her daughter that she would turn into a raven and just fly out the window so she could have some silence. Immediately, the daughter turned into a raven and flew outside into the forest. The raven flew so deep into the forest that one day a man found her crying because she couldn't find her way back. She was crying out, "I was once a king's daughter, and someone needs to set me free." The man went over to her and asked her if he could do anything to help her. She said, "You can go further into the woods and find an old woman's house. The old woman will have a tan of heap that you can get from me that will set me free. You can deliver it to me at 2 o'clock. I will come for 3 days in 3 different carriages. The first day, the carriage will be pulled by 4 white horses, the next day by 4 chestnut horses, and the third day by 3 black horses." She said, "If you do not deliver to me, you will not set me free." She doubted him and said, "You will not set me free because you will be tempted and you will accept food or drink from the old woman." He promised her that he wouldn't. But then when he got to the old woman's house, he realized it was going to be harder than he expected. He got to the old woman's house and resisted food and drink at first, but then the old woman insisted, and she kept insisting, and he finally gave in. He drank from the glass that the woman was offering him. A little bit before 2 o'clock, he went to the garden to find the tan of heap. He became very weary. He sat on a rock and resisted sleep at first, but then he finally fell asleep. The raven then came at 2 o'clock and said, "I know he's asleep." She got there and he was asleep. She tried to awaken him by shaking him, but he would not wake up. She then realized that she would have to come back the second day. The second day, he went back to the old woman's house, and the old woman was wondering why he was resisting everything, and then finally he gave in once again. And then when the raven came back at 2 o'clock, he was asleep, and she could not wake him. This time she left him meat, a loaf of bread, and a bottle of wine that was endless. He could, no matter what, would always have more to eat and drink. She also left him, put a golden ring on his finger that had her name engraved on it, and she also left him a letter that said, I know you will not deliver, so come to the castle of Stromberg and meet me there." Then she left. He woke up and he was very upset with himself because he did not deliver and was not able to set her free. He then set off to the castle of Stromberg, even though he had no idea where he was going. He was on foot for 14 days, and then finally he became tired. When he woke, he saw lights for a house. When he approached the house, he found out it was a giant's house. He wasn't sure what to do at first, but then he risked his life and went into the house. The giant found him and threatened to eat him. But when he found out the man had endless food, he was very happy. While the giant was eating, the man asked if he had a map so he could find the castle of Stromberg. He went to go look for the map but couldn't find it, and the man decided to leave, but the giant begged him to stay to see his brother first. When his brother came, he said that he will look at the maps only after he is fully not hungry anymore. When the giant went to go look for the maps, he finally found where the castle was, and the giant said that he will carry the man to the castle. When he carried the man to the castle, he realized that the castle was on a mountain of glass and couldn't climb up it. So he made a hut and he lived there for a year. After the year, he found 3 robbers and they were fighting. He found out the robbers had a stick that would open any door, a mantle that would make him invisible, and also a horse that could climb anything. He tricked the robbers into letting him have all of these so he could get into the castle. When he got to the castle, He used the stick to open the door and was invisible, so he could go into any hall without anyone seeing him. He finally found the maiden, and when he found the maiden, he slipped off the ring that she had given him and threw it into the cup that she was drinking from. She was excited that the man had came and found her. When they finally found the man, she rejoiced and said, "Now that you have set me free, we will celebrate our wedding tomorrow." The end.